I want to talk about something that I've seen happening with this man right here, Jake Paul. There's something that's happening with him called the Jake Paul effect. I want to say so. Jake Paul effect. So you guys get it, right? The Jake Paul effect. All right, so let's go ahead and draw a graph here. Now, Jake Paul, when he started off doing his boxing thing, right? And this is about boxing. When Jake Paul started off, right, he was down here. He was bad. So let's go ahead and set it up this way. Skill. And then time. What's sad to see and what's sad to say is, and I think this is the threshold that influencer boxing has on the hold of the world, is the longer he boxes as an amateur, right? He's in the gym training. He has resources to train forever. As long as he's in the gym training, as hard as people can train with the amount of money he has, billions of dollars. As long as he's in the gym training, all his career is going to do is go like this. The skill and the amount Jake Paul has is going to be exponential. It's only going to be tied to his body and the amount of skill that he can gain in his natural aptitude. But it's literally almost infinite. The only limit is his body. So he's about right here right now, right? He beat whatever, not Kevin Hart. What's the other dude? Muggsy Bogues, whatever. You know who he beat. Okay, these guys, I just wanted to put them up here because they're in legendary status. They're in, hey, this man Mayweather looks like Don Cheeto right now.
Bruh.
He needs some more JPEG. Look at him. All right, Money Mayweather is up here in the sky, in the stratosphere, along with this guy right here, Gervonta Davis, in the stratosphere. Manny Pacquiao in the stratosphere. I mean, this is natural talent mixed with hard work for years. These guys have been in the industry for years. Jake Paul is down here. But with the amount of resources he's throwing into his body, into his training, he inches every year. He inches up like this. Now, we have to be honest with ourselves. He's probably not going to reach this status up here of person. He's not going to reach this status. He's not going to be a legendary Mayweather unless he boxes one of the greats, one of these people. Now, I don't know all semantics of boxing and whatnot, bro. I don't know how boxing, the heavyweights work and whatnot. I just watch it occasionally. If he continues with what he's doing, the Jake Paul effect, man, and I'm a Jake Pauler, by the way. I'm not a low gang. I'm Jake Paul. He only can go up. Now, imagine for a second if he got training from one of these people. There is a point, there's a threshold that I want to put right here in the graph. And the graph's gotten kind of messy, but there's a threshold I want to put right here. There's a threshold where Jake Paul crosses over. He started as a meme. And the amount of potential he made off of a meme, the money, was ridiculous. But there's a threshold that Jake Paul crosses, and even his brother, Logan Paul, KSI, all of them. There's a threshold that they cross where they actually become legit boxers. Like, you're a boxer at this point. You have skill at this point. There's no more he's a meme. There's no more he's just a YouTuber. He's just a guy from Vine. There is a point in a timeline, in our timeline, where Jake Paul becomes a legitimate boxer. And it's coming up soon, especially if he keeps training. The dude is not a bad fighter. He's not a meme anymore. This isn't a meme. This isn't a joke anymore. You know, and I'm not the biggest Jake Paul fan. I won't sit and watch his videos, but I just wanted to get out there and say there's a Jake Paul effect going on. And I think it's the equivalent of when you sit down for the video game with your cousins or your brother or something, and you've been whooping your brother for months on end, and he sits down and he actually sits there and gets good at the game. Then you have to switch up the rules on him. You have to say, well, we'll play to 10 or we'll play to 15. Because you know once you get past 15, you're going down. You're going down in the ditch. You're not going to do anything. But you can make it to that 15. And Jake Paul's coming up where he's hitting the 15. He's hitting the 10. He's hitting the 15. He might hit the 20. And once he hits the 100, he's in. Okay, let me give you another thing. So let's go back a little bit for a second. There is also a status. These are boxing legends. Legends, bro, right? Legends. There is another status that is just based off status. If you ask anyone past the age of what? 10? That is or 10 and lower. 20, 12 on? They're not going to say name a boxer and say Manny Pacquiao, Gervonta Davis, this. I would venture out to say Jake Paul is more popular than all of them. In a status sense. Now, of course, money, whatever. We don't want to argue semantics, but in a status sense, I would argue that Jake Paul is more popular than Manny Pacquiao. From like a 2012 on standpoint, like if you ask a kid born in 2012, who is Manny Pacquiao? He's gonna be like, what? But you say, who's Jake Paul? He's gonna know. Oh, he does YouTube and he also boxes. So that's my take. Sorry, this is the video for today.